Hi, I'm Tiki. Welcome to another VSC Timeline vlog. We're here today to talk about Marianne. When I posted the Abby vlog and about social media, I didn't even realize that there were a couple sitters we hadn't even gotten to yet. And I don't know how I could miss Marianne. When I was a kid, she was always my favorite. I don't know if you can read my shirt that says Hufflepuff. I'm a big Hufflepuff. I'm pretty sure Marianne would be too. But I was straining and stretching, trying to figure out what exactly Marianne to talk about. She would talk about her dead mom. She would talk about her extra strict dad. She would talk about the fact that she looked way better in the clothes she wore before her dad let her start picking on her own clothes. Her dad had better taste in clothes than she did. But I started thinking about something, and it's been on my mind a lot reading the BSC books. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the term slanderization. It's where they take the main characteristic of a character and make them a giant stereotype about that characteristic. It comes from obviously The Simpsons, Flanders in the beginning, with a hardworking, nice guy who lived next door to Homer and just happened to be more religious than Homer was, and it kind of rubbed Homer the wrong way. By the time you get to, season like 6 or something, it becomes all, about Flanders. He says in one episode, I follow all the parts of the Bible, even the parts that contradict each other. Everything's about the Bible when it comes to Flanders. It becomes kind of obnoxious. And that's what they do with characters in lots of different TV shows and book series and anything else. It's got to be hard when you've got 200 plus books in the Babysitter's Club and you have to try to come up with something, new to say in all of them. Characters are all, there's a dominant characteristic to everybody, We all know that friend who's just the loud mouth, who wants to be the boss of everything. The Christy of your group of friends. Not everybody has one, but we all know somebody like that. But that shouldn't be Christy's only characteristic. It's not. She's also athletic and, this, that, and the other. She's not really into boys. There's several things about Christy that you could define. Marianne is all about being sensitive to the point where she cries at everything in these books, which is kind of funny because if you actually read the book, she doesn't cry all that terribly often. I think I cried more growing up than Marianne does in these Babysitter's Club books. But when you read them, they'll introduce Marianne and they'll say, oh, she cries at Hallmark commercials, she cries at this, she cries at that. And you don't really see that, but it becomes their go-to thing when describing Marianne. It's like, what kind of stupid thing can we have her cry about today? Why is she crying about a Hallmark commercial? Most of Hallmark commercials are pretty cheesy. They're not weepy. I know it's been suggested before that maybe Marianne just got a constant case of PMS, and maybe Christy gets bitchy when she gets hers, and maybe Marianne just gets weepy, And Marianne, her sensitivity is a good thing, It's basically Marianne's meekness that I really have a problem with. The fact that she, you got Marianne and book number 41. She decides she's going to have some cojones this week. And she's going to break up with Logan because he's totally taking advantage of her and assuming she always wants to be with him even though she's her own human being and she doesn't always want to be with him. And then she turns around 5 books later, I can do math. Yeah, I'm blogging a little bit out of order here. I actually just finished reading Stacy the Math Whiz, so I can do math as well as Claudia does in that book. Hooray! Yay! Sorry, hang on a second. Okay, sorry, I had to lose my shit there for a second. Anyway, going back to Marianne though. Seriously, the second somebody else wants Logan, she wants him back. What the heck is that? Come on, Marianne, grow a spine. She sits there in book number 66, and she's totally worried that she's selfish because she doesn't stand up for herself enough or something like that, but she's being taken advantage of left and right. Oh, the old lady keeps, calling her over to do all of her chores, but she's so selfish and self-centered, and she doesn't think about anybody but herself. Yeah, that's realistic. I don't always like Marianne. Sometimes I just want to smack some sense into her because I think it's because I'm an adult. I was Marianne when I was a kid. A lot of the readers I've seen seem to think that way. But now I'm an adult and I know how to stand up for myself a little bit. I would never have dated Logan for 1,700 years just because I couldn't figure out how to break up with him. I know she does eventually break up with him, and for good cause, basically for the same cause she broke up with him in the first place, and doesn't take him back even though he tries to get her to take him back. It could definitely be worse. Hi, Bella. Sorry, keep seeing Cat Rump just walking across the screen there. Yeah. But in any case, you kind of like, I have no idea what I'm saying. If Marianne were 18 or 23 or 30, going on 35, maybe she would have enough sense to realize that it's better to be yourself and be independent than it is to be somebody's girlfriend. I gotta say, my favorite Babysitter's Club book in the entire series, all of them. I mean, I love the California Diaries, don't get me wrong, they're fabulous. I'm totally in love with Ducky. I have a thing for, whoa! I don't know if you just saw that cat tail going flying across there. Bella's gone insane. I apologize. This is the problem with doing it on the floor here. In any case, my favorite Babysitter's Club book, all of them, is actually the Friends Forever. I don't know why I always want to say Forever Friends. Friends Forever book, The Final Marianne, number 11, Welcome Home, Marianne. And it's not just that it kind of brings all the series together. You've got Sunny from Friends Forever, Sunny from the California Diaries, dealing with her mom dying. You've got Jeff, who's been a pain in the ass in some ways all the way through the series. You've got Marianne, who's been dealing with crap left and right ever since her house burned to the ground. Marianne's gone through this huge transformation in the Friends Forever series, and to see her standing on her own 2 feet, and to be able to verbalize to Jeff at the end when he's mad because of what happened. Look, you didn't see the house burn to the ground. You didn't see the house going up. I saw all that. That's the only reason I'm okay at this point. What you're going through is completely normal, and I don't blame you. And your friends will get over it too, because the Pike triplets are mad at him at that point. It turns out, they're not even that mad, of course. But Marianne being able to turn around and help somebody else out like that because she knows her own gut, that's a strong Marianne. That's a growing up Marianne. I can get behind that Marianne. I can't get behind the one who's over here crying on a Hallmark commercial and weeping into Logan's shirt at the movies. Well, that's enough of that. I hope somebody's actually watching these and I'm not just wasting my breath, and I hope you're enjoying them. Have a great day, and I'll see you back in a couple of months when we vlog Stacy.